Well, he's an outstanding prospect, and actually, I've got some history with him from his, I believe it's his uncle, Bernard Joseph, who played with me at Virginia Tech. He was talking about this young man as early as 2 and 3 years ago and telling me to keep an eye out for him. And I paid attention to him. I watched him. And what a remarkable prospect. Strong, fast, tall, chiseled. He has a tremendous reach, can turn the corner. He has all of the tangibles that are necessary to be a dominant and impact player coming into this league.
Bruce Smith's take on that. Would you take Chase Young #1 overall?
Well, arguably, he is the best player in the draft. It's hard to argue against Joe's resume as a quarterback in college after winning the Heisman. The two best players on the field, the two best, most valuable positions on the field in the National Football League and in college football is the quarterback and the pass rusher. Make no mistake about it. So having said that, I don't think any one of these picks you can go wrong, whether you take Chase at #1 and then Joe at #2, or you take Joe at number 1 and Chase at #2. I happen to believe it's going to be the latter. I think Chase will end up in the hands of the Washington Redskins.
Would you be open to coming in and working with Chase, and you have a relationship with his uncle?
Yeah, I've given that some thought in giving Dan Snyder a call and telling Dan that I could probably help this young man out to becoming that impact player that they would like for him to become a lot sooner rather than 3 or 4 years down the line. I think the knowledge that I have been able to gain over the course of my career and even after my career is over has been very helpful to some of the players that are in the league now. I've spent some time with Von Miller, spent some time with a number of other players, but it's the details that will set you apart from being average to good to great. Along with those details, you have to find those little, I would say, things that will set you apart from the average player. Your workouts and conditioning. Most importantly, your study habits. Are you committed? Are you committed to being the best? Do you have that desire? Anybody can talk about they want to be the best, but are you going to put the time in to be the best? So those are the things that I was able to learn at a young stage in my career. You have to learn how to turn the corner. You have to learn how to use leverage. You have to learn to exploit their weaknesses and understand what their strengths are. You have to understand in certain formations, the quarterback is going to be at 3 steps. He's going to be at 5 steps. And occasionally he'll be at 7 steps when they want to throw the deep ball. So when you put all these things together, and that's based upon studying film that week prior to the game, and you walk up to the line of scrimmage, you only have maybe a second or two to process all this information before you understand what play they're about to run and what move you want to use if it's a pass rush. And keep in mind, you have to work within the framework of the defensive huddle call.